Welcome back to your computer application class 10. In this part of the video, we will continue your topic arrays. We will discuss about the types of arrays. Mostly we have two types of arrays. One is a single dimension array and the second is your multi-dimension array. Single dimension arrays are those arrays which are the collection of homogeneous data elements. Homogeneous indicates, or homogeneous meaning is similar type of data elements. For example, int a 10. Now here a 10 is your array, and in variable a you can store 10 values belonging to the int data type. Next we have multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional arrays are a collection of elements which in an array itself. For example, int a, 2 and 3. Now the first index value indicates number of rows and the second index value indicates number of columns, right? So here we are saying that two rows, and in the two rows you can store 3 data elements. Let's understand in a clear way about the single dimensional array. Single dimensional array is the simplest form of arrays. Refers to 1D array or simply an array. When an array is declared, memory of n number of elements of a particular type is assigned to the array during the compile time. When you are going to compile the program, that time you can provide the value. This allocation is called compile time allocation. This means that even if the array is partially filled, the memory for the entire size will be held by the array. You will understand this clearer manner when you will execute one-dimensional array in your program. Let's see the points of declaration of one-dimensional array. Few things you need to consider before declaring an array. A name or identifier with which it is referred. You need to consider that what is the name of the name or the identifier. Second is the size that determines the maximum number of elements that the array can store at a time. All of you know, once the size of the array is fixed, it cannot be increased or it cannot be decreased. That's why they are saying the size that determines the maximum number of elements. Next, the data elements determines the type of data that the array will hold. Whatever the data type do you initialize, the same data type data you can enter in your array, or the array can hold only that type of data. The individual elements are referred by using subscript or indices, which shows the position of the elements in the array. The subscript or location ranges position 0 to n-1. Now here the first position refers as 0 and the last position refers to as n-1, number -1, because the first number is your 0. So if you have 9 elements, then it will be n-1, 8, 0 to 8. 0 to 8, why will say? Because n-1, n is 9, so n-1 it will be 8. 0 to 8, where n is the size of the array. An array must be declared before it is used. It is two-step process. First is declaring a reference to an array, and second is allocating memory to an array with new operator. Let's see the syntax. Here they mention the two ways through which you can declare your array. First is element type, then the size of array, and then array name, or element type, array name, and size of array. Element type is the data type, that is, it can be int, it can be float, it can be double. Array name is the name of a variable. It can be A, B, roll number, student name, so on. And this is the size of the array that is used to initialize the size of the array. Second technique is array name equal to new element type and then size. array name is your num. New data type we will use to declare the one-dimensional array, and then int element type, as I had told you that element type is your data type, and then size. Next is initialization of one-dimensional array. Now see here, the definition of initialization is given here. Initialization is a process of assigning a value to each array element when it is first declared. When you're declaring a array, that time itself you can initialize that array. The individual elements are referred to using subscript or indices and show the position of the element in the array. The subscripts or location ranges starting from 0 to n-1. As I had told you, if the 9 elements are there, it will be 0 to 8. Reason is because the first position is going to be taken by the index value, that is 0, where n is the size of array. Let's see the index, type, identifier, size of the array, and data value separated by commas. Or you can also mention like this: element type, then array name, then the size of the array and the values. Here, element type int, array name a, size is not mentioned, so size we are defining here with the help of square bracket, and the data value separated by commas. The data values are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and all the values are separated by comma. Let's see the description. This means while declaration, the memory is allocated itself and each array element is given a value. In the diagram, they said that the first, as we know that 0 to n-1, here we having your 5 elements. So it's starting from 0 to 4 and the values are 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and all these values are initialized and they are separated with the help of comma. Array initializer works only in declaration statements. Let's create one-dimensional array program in your computer system. Here your BlueJ is getting open. Here I had already created one-dimensional array program. Go through that coding. In this program, I'm taking two array lists. One is a character array list and second is an integer array list. Here I'm using the same coding which I had used for explaining you one-dimensional array. So let's compile this program and afterwards we will run that. Yes, no syntax error is there. So let's run. Here we have the output according to the coding. In next part of the video, we will discuss about two-dimensional array. Thank you.